Here we go. Hey, good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Like you saw in the title, we're kicking off some final rust here on the live stream. I got Steven from Leviathan Snakes in the lobby here, and we're going to get him on in just a moment. And we're going to kick off the show, and we're going to try out a few things, and hopefully a few of y'all hang out with us. I see that we got a few viewers to start off with, so go ahead and leave your comments and everything in the chat, and I'll do my best to keep up with it. And like I say, I know we got Steven from Leviathan Snakes here in just a second as well. Perfect. I see he's got his headphones on. We're about to rock and roll. What's up, T&J Reptiles? I see you out there. Thank you for being here tonight. I'm learning the kinks here. I just figured out how to add myself. Believe it or not, I was talking into the abyss all alone for a moment. Steven, can you hear me?
I can. What's going on, friend? You having all the fun?
Yeah, man. I am having all the fun. So what the people watching don't know is that Steven's been in the lobby, but he couldn't see anything. And I saw him in the lobby, but I couldn't figure out how to get to him. And in there somewhere, like I'm yelling into my microphone, and then I clicked go live, and I hadn't even added myself to the stream. So anyhow, there's some kinks to work out. Believe it or not, one of the kinks to work out is that there is an intro, and I think we should hit the intro and do it. This is supposed to be the dress rehearsal. Steven and I did not compare any notes. I'd invited him to be here a little early, and I didn't show up on time because I had my own technical issues. So let's hit this intro, and then we're going to get this show going. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Cheers. Let's go. All right. So good evening, everybody. I want to introduce you to Steven from Leviathan Snakes. Steven's up in, I believe, Aiken, South Carolina. And I met Steven, I met him online on what was it, from a comment on one of my videos? Or did I comment on yours? How did that work, Steven?
I'm not sure which one it was, but I do know it was YouTube that we initially connected with, which is like different because like our main one's Instagram. So
right.
Yeah.
So why don't you introduce your YouTube channel and your Instagram as well as any of your other socials, because obviously trying to build community. What's up, Courtney? How are you?
Hey, how you doing? I can hear him.
Oh, okay.
I am
good.
Awesome.
You've got those loud as
But yeah, so my name's Stephen. This is Courtney. We're with Leviathan Snakes. So our YouTube channel is just, you can type in Leviathan Snakes. There's not like any other one. So you should be able to find it. We're mainly on Instagram at Leviathan_snakes, and we are ball python breeders. So
you've got, can you see a chat comment section on your screen? If you want to drop in your links, feel free on there for everybody to see.
Yeah, I'll go do that right now. So,
and I was saving the goodies. Like Steven and Courtney have some heavy hitters, and I'm not screwing around. Like to have them on tonight, I'm going to try and coerce them to show off some cool animals, but we're going to save that for a minute or two. We got to build the suspense, right?
Okay. All right. We'll do it. We'll show some cool stuff.
So. Just let me, I'm the runner.
Okay, sweet. So while he's putting his links up there, so Steven and I got talking, and we realized we were both going to be at the Daytona show, which was only, 10 days ago, not even. And had a little rendezvous there, got to hang out, great experience, got to meet Courtney as well. And obviously we had a killer time at the show. And then we got talking about doing some of these collaborations, and life's busy in different ways for different people. But that's how we're here tonight. And we'll hopefully do this a time or two every now and again in the future, because you guys have incredibly cool stuff going on in your collection, but in your plans. And talk about you just had your first clutches this year, right?
Yes. Yeah. This is our first breeding season. Do you want to
We've had 4 out so far, and we've got 2 more in the incubator right now. So we should have 6 total this season. All of our breeding females went, which is really cool. But we just had our most exciting clutch this season hatch out or shed out. Sorry. And,
nice. So what'd you get out of those?
So
or what was the pairing, and what'd you land on?
That was our banana blade het clown female to our clown male. So we got the lineup was 1 normal het clown, 1 blade het clown, 3 banana clowns. That's 2 males, 1 female, 1 banana het clown, and then a female banana blade clown.
Yep.
That's our girl. That's our whole.
Did you land 5 out of 7 clowns?
We had 4 out of 7.
4 out of 7. 1 banana het clown, 1 blade het clown, and 1 normal het clown.
Yeah,
Just
and then we had 5 out of 7.
ahead of odds. Yeah.
Yeah,
Five
that
out
was
of
killer.
7
Yep.
Anytime you're getting any clowns first dance, you're doing fine on the odds as far as I'm concerned.
We were so freaking stoked. Like we are, I think next weekend we're looking at putting up like the video over that whole clutch pairing, like there's footage from when she laid the eggs, from
pulling the eggs.
Pulling the eggs, from like cutting the eggs to see what we got, which I had to bleep some stuff from it because I was so excited.
So our first one Steven, normally we wait until we cut. Until they pip to like see what's in there. But Steven wanted to cut those eggs pretty bad, and the first one we cut was the normal.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was our first glimpse, and then the second was the banana clown. So
okay, cool.
Yeah. Our so right before that clutch, we had a banana leopard pastel 100% het albino male to a visual albino female. We had 7 eggs from it, and we did not get a single albino.
No kidding.
Yeah. So the odds of us missing, and the male being het albino, 100% het albino, like he was sold to us, the odds of that us missing every single one of those 7 eggs was 1 in 128.
Yeah, you think he got sold a raw deal or a mistake?
Yes.
I mean, I don't want to knock anybody, but a mistake. Let's put it a nice way.
When we got him, we were very, very new. So it was like first couple of, he might have been like he was the first show we ever went to when we got him.
Yeah, he was probably our 4th snake we bought.
And looking back, there was some things in hindsight that we should have known as red flags, but we were too inexperienced to know.
Like buy hets from reputable breeders.
Yeah, and like
that's a great topic, and I keep a list of like show topics here. But yeah, like what do you do about hets at shows? You want to give people the benefit of the doubt. On the other hand, you got to do your homework. And I don't mean that as a shot towards you. I just mean in general, right?
We were new, so we didn't know. And it's not that we were like super experienced now. We've only done it for a little bit more than a year now.
No, but all I knew at the time is I wanted a het clown and leopard.
Or het albino.
I'm sorry, het albino.
Yeah, het albino. But yeah, so he was a breeder-sized male. He was banana leopard pastel, 100% het albino. We were like, oh, he's a breeder-sized male. He has 3 different codon genes. We already have the visual female. This is going to be perfect. And when we asked questions to the breeders just at like a Repticon, I don't even know. I don't even remember the name of them, honestly.
No, I mean, we wouldn't call them out. I mean, stuff happens. But on the other hand,
so we asked questions like, how old is he? And they're like, maybe like 2 or 3. Four.
Yeah.
4. Yeah, and it was
I
like,
said, would he be like at least 4 years old? And they said, yeah, he's 4. And I was like, oh, okay.
And it's like what we believe now is that he was probably, which we don't actually think there's anything wrong with this. We think that he was resold, that they had purchased him from somebody, and either they bred him and then they were reselling him, or something happened, but they did not produce him, which is perfectly fine. I don't think that you have to produce every single animal that you sell.
I actually agree on that, and I know there's some hot opinions out there about that, but I agree. As long as ideally it's been through a true quarantine and the snake's healthy, I mean, that's how the industry goes. We're all looking for the next step, and somebody behind us or next to us can always benefit from that step that we're going to take.
Here, I'm going to take off the headphones real quick. There might be an echo, so let us know if this audio gets bad, but that way we're not like trying to lean really close for the headphones and everything.
Yeah, no problem. And actually,
Okay.
I got to close my studio door real quick.
Okay.
No, it just fell out.
Oh, no. Okay, can you still hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you, and it sounds pretty clean to me.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's
I can
awesome.
hear.
That's awesome. Okay.
All right,
so-
and how about my audio? Is it coming clean to you?
Yeah, no, that's perfect. That's perfect. So,
All right,
Sure.
very good.
oh, sorry.
So hey, real quick before we get going, I see some new people coming and going. If you're just joining us, we're working out final kinks before I start a live show on Tuesday nights. Love to see you at least just say hey, see what viewers are out there. I'd love to come check out your page, and if I have your name in the comments, I'll go check out your link and your page afterwards. And I'm here tonight with Leviathan Snakes, and that is Stephen and Courtney. And I believe in the comments, they're going to have the links to their socials as well. So thanks for being here. Bear with us on any technical things. You might see me switching a screen around, trying various things just to see how things go. Okay, maybe I could pick you to be bigger. I don't know how to do that. I'll figure that out. But that's what tonight's about. So we're working our way through these things. And if I've met you before and you want to pop on as a guest, I'd love to check out how that works as well. And I imagine Stephen and Courtney would be happy to meet you and hang out a little bit too. So anyhow, continue on. So the albino with the hets, you gotta kind of think that you probably got a raw deal on that het though, right?
Yeah, and it is possible. It is possible that we missed the odds and that he is het for albino, and it is possible that just for whatever happened, it could have been a mistake. But I personally feel that most likely the person who sold him to us didn't produce them, and therefore they didn't prove him out as het albino, and that they could have been like, hey, he was sold to us as a het albino, but we didn't produce him, so like just that kind of thing, because really it's albino isn't a super expensive morph.
And that's why I trusted it more than I would trust something else.
Yeah, so it's not like there's a big, huge monetary difference on it, but it is an opportunity cost because we paired that banana leopard pastel 100% het albino to a visual albino, and we bought him specifically because of the het albino. So we lost a year's worth of time on the albino project that we were wanting to go because he didn't produce any visuals. So it's not even so much about the monetary thing, it's the time cost of it.
And that's a killer point. One of my favorite expressions is, I'll always figure out how to make money. Ain't nobody ever figured out how to make more time. As long as you're alive, you got a chance to figure out how to make money. But when people are wasting your time or taking it for granted or taking it from you or from your breeding time, you literally don't have time in life for that stuff. So, the other thing too, because I look at things from a customer service standpoint, what a foolish deal. Like, how short-sighted was that breeder? If it was a mistake, that's sloppy business. If it was bad dealings, you're never going to buy from them again. Like, and they could have
recognized them, but I don't know their name, honestly.
No, but I'd recognize them.
No, but say they had cut you a great deal and had a really thorough conversation and said, you know what, here's the real deal. You guys are new into it. Would they take you for an extra $30 for the head or something that you might, you know what I mean? Or they could have just been decent people and been like, look, I'll give you a killer price, but here's the deal. It may or may not be. You're still getting the other genes or whatever. There's just a right way to do stuff, and it's so short-sighted.
And it isn't a bad clutch either.
Yeah, no, it's an awesome clutch. We're super happy with it. But yeah, it just wasn't, we don't believe he was het albino.
No.
Yeah.
So now though for sure you do have 100% hets with your killer clutch, right?
Yeah.
And we actually bought a visual toffee male that we're looking to breed to the albino and get toffee nose and then add some more codoms through visuals rather than through heads.
Yeah, unless we produce the hets ourselves. But again, it's not that we're never going to buy hets from somebody. We just want to really make sure.
We just know who we'll buy hets from.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's those red flags that you gain with time, and we've all been there. You get so excited about something you're going to jump in on, and you want to hear what you want to hear, and whether it's a snake, whether it's a car, whether it's a watch, a freaking phone, like how we all do that stuff. So, what's up, Hales Balls? Thanks for joining us tonight. So we got 9. I'm not looking on the actual YouTube broadcast. So I could see that we got 9 people joined. If you're enjoying it, hit the like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I really don't like pushing the social media pitches of smash this and share this,
coming up with different ones earlier.
Yeah, there were some awful ones, just straight horrible ones.
I truly believe, and maybe it's just something I say because I can't stand pushing that stuff, but I truly believe I just want to make good, compelling content, and that's part of why I'm really planning on this show being 1 hour a week, no just rambling on and just random hanging out or gibbering on about whatever. I'm really planning for it to be a 1 hour kind of show with good content. And frankly, I'd rather leave people wanting more than bore them to tears just chasing minutes. I'll get minutes if it's good content, Yeah. So that's kind of my belief on that. Hey, let's talk about this. You just brought up a good topic of the toffee and the toffee candy and Candino project.
Yep.
One thing I gained from specifically talking a lot with Steven and a coincidental time frame. Evan, what's happening? Thanks for joining tonight. I think we've interacted before, maybe on Josue's old show before. I'm not sure, but thanks for coming by tonight. So coincidentally, Steven and I have been talking about what projects you all have going on, and there's a whole other ball of wax about buying animals off of Craigslist, but I do keep an eye on the local Craigslist. I rarely will buy, but I do keep an eye on the local Craigslist. And here pops up a female candy out of the blue. And I'm like, for a variety of reasons, cash flow ain't great right now. Crenshaw Constrictors, thanks for joining. Yeah, check out Crenshaw Constrictors. Everybody's welcome to leave their links like that. I'm cool with that. I got no problem with that there. So I emailed the guy, and I had some snakes listed in the Morph Market store, and one of them was a female albino, about 600 grams. And I just threw it out there. I was like, hey, you interested in a female albino, thinking he would want some cash on top or something like that. And he was like, yeah, I'll do it. And I was like, sweet, this is going to be good. So I get talking to Steven because I knew that you worked with him. And I was like, check out this picture. Does it look legit? I really wasn't up on the difference between, I was up on the genetic difference between Candino and Candy. But visually, I really wasn't. I was not, it'd be like asking me any number of morphs off the top of my head. I'm just not an expert on all of them. So Steven goes, yeah, that's great. He goes, but why in the world would the dude do a straight up trade with you? I was like, I don't know. And you don't want to ask. It's kind of like that het thing. You're like, man, I really want this snake. And do I want an answer I don't want to hear? And long story short, it actually ended very, very well. A guy named Colt's over in Jacksonville, and he and I did a straight up trade, and it was real specific. Colt is working on a breeding project with a couple friends. They're all just starting, and they're kind of pooling their resources, which is another cool thing. I never even really considered that, but that's a really cool topic and concept to consider. And he said, no, we got an adult albino ready to go. And I said, okay, you don't want Candinos? He's like, no, we want straight albinos.
Okay.
But what ended up being funny was not the seller. I probably shouldn't even tell this story. So we decide we're going to meet at a Dollar General, right? I'm like, okay.
God.
Yeah. So we say we're going to meet at a Dollar General, and it's like 3 p.m. I never met this guy, so it's no knock on Colt, but I didn't know him. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to back my truck in right in front of the camera so I can make a quick getaway if I have to, if things get weird, and I'll be on camera. And I'm sitting there waiting for him, and he actually was a little bit late, which then I even started more going like, wait a minute, what is going on here? And look in my rearview mirror, and 2 dudes are streaking out of the store, just flying, running out of the store. And they have
now,
like,
was that Colt?
no, it was not cool. It was totally cool. So, but they have like trash cans and like rakes and shovels and brooms. I was like, man, these guys really yeah, I was like, these guys really got a job. They need to get these, like, these are hardworking dudes, like they're not messing around. And then here comes the cashier flying behind him, just screaming bloody hell, you thieves, you robbers. I'm like, oh my God, there's a robbery going on.
With some rakes.
And she like gets to their truck, and the guys are like, what are you going to do? And I'm like, oh no, there's about to be a problem. And she's just like standing there. And then she grabs a cart and slams it into the truck and stomps off.
Hey, I ain't risking my
So that's my candy. Buying the candy or trading for the candy. But it was really funny because then I texted Colt. I was like, this place just got robbed and there's about to be a bunch of cops here. So it'll be really good for our transaction. It'll be safe for both of us.
Unless you were in that truck, man.
No, he was totally cool. Actually, I've run into him since then, and he also has spoken for another one of my females. He's gonna take. He's got her on hold right now.
That's super freaking cool.
Well, no, so that's the old thing of just good relationships. Colt's a good dude, and he talked to me about the female, asked if I would hold it for him, and just because I know him, and there's so much headache and shipping, and obviously the safety of the animal as well. So I was like, yeah, that's fine, no problem, So he'll be getting a mature female to move him along. You talk about time. That'll move him forward because she's ready to go. She can breed right away.
No, that's super cool. Like, one thing that we have noticed, and granted, like, we're not super experienced. This is our first season that, like, we've gotten 4 clutches, so it's super, super small sample size. But we've noticed that with every single clutch that we've had, because, like, from the clutches, they were like breeder size or very, very near breeder size females when we got them. Each clutch that we've gotten have paid back the costs. You still there, Adam? I don't know if we're. Oh no. Hold on. I don't know if we are still talking or not. So I think Adam has disappeared on us. Hold on. I'm going to bring up. Oh no. He lost video. Okay. So I'm just going to talk until Adam jumps back in. Hopefully everything gets fixed. But anyways, so we had noticed with our very, very small sample size, very few clutches so far, that we have recouped the acquisition cost of the parents with every single one. And usually we recoup the acquisition cost of the parents, even though they're breeder size, just because we are making like the next step in whatever the project is. So if we have like a het recessive animal, we're making the visual for like the next step with 1 or 2 of the offspring, which has just been really, really cool and fun. And so, okay, all right. We'll try to keep it going. We apologize if we're not as.
It's the Leviathan show. You heard him. Go ahead.
We are the captains now. But yeah, so that's one thing that we've noticed, because I know that there's been like
Lola's captain.
Yeah, Lola wants to be captain now. So that some people don't like buying breeder or nearly breeder animals, because the idea is that if you're buying a breeder animal, why would somebody sell a breeder animal that can produce a clutch? We haven't had, and granted, again, super, super small sample size, we have not had any problems with any of the breeder size animals we've gotten, and that's probably just luck. It's not every single one of our females that we paired this year went, which is super, super lucky, and we know that that's not always a thing, but we were really, really happy. We've also bought a lot of hatchling animals that were growing up, but we didn't want to invest in only hatchlings, and then it is 2 to 3 years before we even able to produce a clutch. That's just kind of like our things, because it's like, if you're investing in only hatchlings, we would be investing all of that money without even the chance of any return for 2 to 3 years, when the market can change and the prices of the animals that we invested in may be drastically different. So that we're also watching from the YouTube thing, so there's a little bit of a delay. And
Stop watching that.
all right, hold on, I'm gonna minimize it. Okay, but yeah, so still waiting for Adam to come back in. So, but no, we're super excited about it. We have quite a few different projects that we're doing. Do you want to talk about any of them in particular?
Yeah, so the one that we progressed on this season, we did hatch out our banana clown clutch, and we're putting a lot into clown. We recently purchased a fire disco clown male that might actually have some enchi in it. So we'll be pairing him to all of our females when he gets bigger. But we have a lot of het clown females. We kind of bought the visual male and bought the female hets to get more codominant morphs in there. We're also excited about freeway stuff. So we have a banana orange dream.
Banana
Enchi asphalt that
it's a female maker.
Yeah, it's a female maker banana OD Enchi asphalt that we are is it Enchi? That sounds weird. Okay. That we're getting in. He's got a year to go. But that's something that we'll pair to a couple of our yellow belly females. And we really wanted a super asphalt male because I didn't want the chance of, or not the chance, but like I didn't want to have to deal with the yellow belly or asphalt when selling, because it's like a 66% or a 50% het. You don't know, and it's kind of hard to charge someone for an animal that isn't what they want, and nobody wants to get in ivory when they expect a freeway.
But yeah, also just from the chat, I know this isn't related, but Jordan had talked about just from a point earlier, because we didn't see it when you had posted it immediately, but that Justin Kabolka saying that there's not a good financial reason to ever sell a female. Honestly, I agree. Like, our thing is we have limited space. So I can get, like, for us, we have to be really picky about the projects that we want to pursue and the animals we're using for those projects, because we don't want to overextend ourselves and get so many animals that we can't provide them the quality of care that we want to. So we would. Adam, you're back.
Hey!
All right.
We missed you.
Okay, we've been.
I'm really sorry for that. My good camera. I'm back on my webcam. My good camera. It works. I can't get it to connect. There's something with. I don't know which one. Are y'all using your M50 as well? No,
it's just the webcam that I use for work and everything. So
that live stream connection is
iffy.
It's something, man. Anyhow, that's what tonight's for. So webcam it up, and I tried to get the lighting, decent, and I'm back. Thanks for holding it down.
Yeah, we didn't do a whole lot. We actually had stuff set up in the other room because we were doing video earlier, just that we're gonna post next week. So, but yeah, we've just been rambling. We were talking about the freeway project. So we actually did pick up a new male. They're not in yet. They're coming in on Tuesday from Josh Jackie.
By Ball Python Shed on Instagram. He had produced a super asphalt male that I was interested in, but it's I think it may have got snatched before I got it. So what we got was a female maker banana OD Enchi asphalt male from him. And
really?
Pretty, and it's
and it was made from a super asphalt.
It was made from a super asphalt, so we know it's asphalt and not yellow belly or anything.
Right.
So we're excited to have him and pair him to our possible OD Mardi Gras female, and then we also have what's Cleo?
Cleo is a high intensity orange dream yellow belly Enchi Mojave fire.
Here, can I go get her?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I show her off?
No, that's great. And we're about a half hour in, so we're about at a halfway point. We should get to, after that, I want to pick your brain about your primo project, like the project.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let me grab Cleo real quick, just to show off.
All right.
And while she's
Steven, how many breeder keeper stock are you up to? Not your hatchlings, but what's your collection stock?
We have, so they're not all breeding yet. Like they're like holdbacks,
right?
Grow ups, that stuff. 35.
Soon to be, yeah.
35 is what we're up to right now.
35. Okay.
Yep.
Very good. So I've got 18 on that. Nice. Okay.
No, we're super excited by it. Like we, oh, that's super cool. Oh yeah, no, that's awesome. I was just looking at Crenshaw Constrictors. I'm super jealous about the NG Super Asphalt.
Oh, is that who got them?
No, I think it's a different one because I think
No, that was the NG Super Asphalt that I wanted. Bro.
Oh, that's the one.
That's the well. And if you just got them, yeah, I asked about at the show. I was like, "Do you have any Super Asphalts?" He only had females, but he had an NG super Asphalt male who just needed another meal or something. So I reached out to him on Facebook, and it was too late. Somebody had already spoken for him.
Oh,
okay, then no.
Okay.
No. But yeah,
sorry. Hey, real quick. Let me say hey to 403 Fauna. How are you tonight, man? I think you and I have talked before. I think you're out in San Diego, and your channel, you have great stuff. I'd talked to you about working together before too. If you're up for it and you want to come on as a guest, I'd love to check out how the guest thing works. And like I say, we've interacted some before. Moon, I hope you're doing great, man. I want to be really sensitive and certain right here and keep some privacy. I hope everything is going okay with you and your family. Last we were talking, you all were going through some things, and I really pray everything's worked out the best for you. It's really great to see everybody. Moon, I think without exception, since I met Moon over Miami on a different live stream show, I think Moon is the very first to comment on every single one of my stinking videos. I see awesome. It and it means a lot. I really, really appreciate the support, and you're great for the community. And I look forward to hopefully getting to meet you, see your face in person one day. But you've been very, very good to me, and like I say, my very best to you and your family. 403, like I say, let me know, and we can maybe get you in here. Octavio, thank you very much as well. So tell us about the snake that you got, Courtney.
So this also has to do with Steven's favorite project, because she has so many codominant morphs that we are planning on pairing her with our visual male, but she's also going to be fun to put into freeway or into asphalt because she's got that yellow belly. So she is high OD, Mojave Enchi Fire yellow belly. So she's got all that stuff that can go into asphalt.
I know our lighting isn't super good right now.
Let me hold her up. I'm sorry.
Can you show us the back? Flip her over to the other side. There you go. Nice.
So she's what, a year old now?
Yeah, coming up on a year old. It's not quite.
Yeah, and she's getting some weight on her. She's a good eater. She's yellowed out a bit. She was a little more orange when we first got her, but that's what they do.
We got her from Mark Bailey Reptiles.
Yeah, Mark Bailey, and she's still really awesome.
How big is she? Is she looking 800-900 grams?
No, she's probably 600. If I was going to guess.
I think she's like 680.
Okay.
680 to 700.
Okay.
But yeah, so she's coming up on a year. I think she'll be a year in October.
I think it's January.
Oh well, dang, I'm way off.
December, January.
But yeah, so she's still got some time on her, but her first pairing will be to your boy. Yeah,
Aries. So do we want to talk about the one big project yet, or do you want to hold off?
Yeah, so I'll give a little backstory. So I didn't know Stephen and Courtney or Leviathan Snakes at all. Like I say, we just interacted on a comment somewhere. Hey, 403, I see your note. Definitely anytime.
Thank you so much.
I'd love to check this out. Oh, nice. He sees your Instagram info too. Yeah, we got to celebrate a couple things. Stephen and Courtney got married.
We did.
There was a little delay because of the whole pandemic, so it was like a 2-part deal. They got but it's all done now, right?
Yeah. So we got married in April, and then we had the wedding in August because we wanted people to be there. Yeah. And then right after the wedding, they started doing not lockdowns again, but they started bringing restrictions. Restrictions. Yeah. So we timed it
real close.
Good for you. Congratulations. And Moon just turned 60 today. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. That's
my
awesome.
sister's birthday too.
So we got talking, and I started looking at Leviathan Snake's Instagram page, which is killer, by the way. Their photography is really good. Courtney, your pictures are awesome. I really appreciate it, and not to mention the animals. So I'm going through, and I'm.
Yeah.
Pardon the language. We're gonna keep this PG, but I think you get to swear like one time per like movie. Like, damn, there is a freaking sunset, and I get looking, and I'm like, man, I think there's more than one sunset. And then we got talking. So you take it from there. Fill us in. How many between visuals and hets? How many are you up to right now?
So we have 5 snakes in our sunset project right now. And again, we've been doing this for a year. So we jumped in really, really fast into it. So we got all of our sunset stuff from Brad Boa and Brock Wagner. Amazing people. Really, really like them. They are freaking awesome. So
and you did Brock. You just did the video with Brock where you got to see your animal, right?
Yep. We did a video with
on
Brock
YouTube on your channel, right?
Yes. So that's the one we posted last week. It's our day 1 of Daytona and all that stuff. They're both amazing. I love both of them. They're both really, really cool guys. Really, really like them. So last year we had got into ball pythons. We decided that we wanted to breed, and then we were like, once we kind of figure out this is what we wanted to do, I was like, hey, what's your thoughts about doing a high-end project? Courtney was pretty much like, yeah, that's cool. So we got a het sunset female, and we got the biggest het sunset female that we could find on Morph Market at the time. She was a year old. She was like 350 grams. Now she's up to like 1,400 grams. So she grew really, really well for us. And then we also got this boy, who is our visual sunset male. His name's Aries. So he is about 700 grams.
Very cool.
Again, like, I feel bad because the lighting isn't the best on it, but you can see some really good pictures of, or I don't mean to like be conceited on it, but on our Instagram, there's some really, really cool stuff on there.
No, they're smoking hot. I'll tell you, and I'll vouch for you. It gets, hell, the one I took is on my Instagram page. The very first post I ever made on my Instagram, I was like, screw it, I'm going out of the gate with a damn sunset on. But that is Courtney and Steven's sunset on my Instagram page. But yeah, they're fantastic on their pages, and your video is good too. The video lighting is set up very, very well, and especially with that camera that y'all are using.
I'll hold him. So he is honestly my favorite snake. Like, he is the best. I freaking love him. He's awesome. So he actually just shed. So I don't know for anybody in the chat who hasn't seen sunsets in person or hasn't seen them, like maybe they've only seen hatchlings or only seen adults or anything like that. So as hatchlings, they're very, very deep reds, oranges. Oh yeah, she's in quarantine. We'll get the other one in a second once we put him up, because we have another visual sunset that's in quarantine at the moment. Really, really cool colors. As they get older, and it really depends on like what they're paired with, but they tend to turn more, what I say, like gold. So they'll still have the oranges, but they will turn more gold rather than having those really, really deep reds. Their contrast also gets better. So I'd say an older sunset, just visual, looks more of like a golden color rather than the really, really deep reds of their like hatchling stage. So he looks so freaking cool. Like I said, just check out our Instagram. I'm going to put him up real quick. Oh, okay. You want to grab?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so we have 5 sunset animals in our project. This year, we're going to be pairing him, Aries, who is our visual sunset male, to Evie, who is our het sunset female. Hopefully, we can produce some more visuals. We want to hold back, ideally, 2 more visual females from that. But yeah, like, but yes, I'm super excited.
What's your odds on that one would be? And that's a visual to a het, right?
Yep. Visual to a het. 50/50.
Yeah. So hopefully you land with 4 visuals. You can recoup some costs and keep a couple holdbacks and keep the project going on it.
Yeah, we also got really, really lucky when we bought him, because it was, so prices like ebb and flow, just like any other kind of market. And we got him directly from Brock Wagner. He wasn't posted on Morph Market or anything. We reached out to him asking if he had any, and he did. and we got him for an amazing price that I don't want to say because I don't want like anybody to ever be like, I heard you sold one for this amount for somebody else.
No,
But
yeah,
really good price.
that's a great discussion in and of itself. I ran into something like that at the show at Daytona where I'm like, man, I want to shout it to the rooftops how much I appreciate this guy. On the other hand, like, that's probably not normal, you know?
Yeah. So, but great. We got into it at the perfect time. And since then, they've only gone up, and we'll like watch Morph Market like religiously. And we'll see like males get posted to Morph Market. Same day they get posted, they are sold that afternoon. We saw like last week a breeder size, it was an 800-gram sunset male, just sunset, posted for $12,000, and it's sold the same day. Like,
yeah, and you never know what they go for, which maybe
I'm sure it didn't go for the full 12.
Right, but on the other hand, that's a lot of jack, whatever it went for.
No, I am super excited by it. So this is our other visual. She is, I don't know. You can see the oranges a little bit more. And again, the lighting's not the best in here. So we have a couple reels of her on Instagram, as well as she's in our last video on YouTube. So you can get like a good view of her. But this is Cora. She is our leopard sunset female. And she was produced by Brad Boa. In June, she hatched out, and as far as he is aware of, she is the first leopard sunset produced, like just leopard, just sunset.
Yeah.
Since then, there has been one other leopard sunset produced that I'm aware of, and based off of that, I actually don't 100% know if she is just leopard sunset. So her pairing was a leopard Mojave yellow belly het sunset male to an inchy het sunset female, and recently there was a I don't remember who it was, but somebody produced the first sunset pieds, and in that pairing it was a leopard double het sunset pied to a leopard double het sunset pied. And from there, they produced 2 sunset pieds, they produced a leopard sunset, and they produced a super leopard sunset, which I thought super cool because I always thought that leopard was dominant, not incomplete dominant. You can 100% see the difference.
Yeah, I remember you were telling me that, and I wonder if it has something to do with that particular gene, because there's been plenty of opportunities to produce super leopards. I mean, that's not anything new. So yeah. I wonder if it has this particular interaction sunset or with something else in there, or who knows. So in your collection, where do you want to take the sunset? What's your avenue that you're chasing after with it, other than more visuals, of course?
We have various different goals along the project. So one, there's the Sunset project we feel like is still in the explorative phase, where it's working in hets or working in other genes to see what looks cool. So for that, we are just kind of wanting to breed it through all of our snakes, so that way we can have a good base of hets and kind of work from there, see what works. But specifically combos that we're looking for, we want to do a Sunset Campfire. We want to do Sunset Clowns.
Hang on, take us through I get the nicknames. So Sunset Campfire, what would that one be?
Okay, so a Sunset Campfire is a Sunset Cinnamon Inchy Calico. So a Cinnamon Inchy Calico is a campfire.
Gotcha. Okay.
They look.
And
super
then you had the. What's that?
Oh, they look super freaking cool. Campfires.
Oh, nice. Well, and you'd have the allelic benefit of cinnamon and enchi together as well, huh? Mm-hmm. All right. So you get no normals, even with your hets, you would be stacking the genes that way too.
Yeah. So we're super, super excited. Well, that's one we want to do. We want to do Sunset Clown, which that's been produced by. I know, again, Brad Boa and Brock Wagner, they've produced 2. I can't remember who produced the first one. Matt Byram produced the first Sunset Clown. And we're super excited by that. We're going to do, I think it's this year, I'm not 100% sure, but Sunset Toffee. So we'll work that one too. There have been Sunset Ultra Mills. Oh, Sunset Monsoon would be so freaking cool. I'm just responding to the chat real quick.
Yeah.
From David. So our thing is we work a lot of recessive stuff. So with all of the different recessive combos, we try to be careful that we're not overextending ourselves, because by doing all the different recessives, we have so many holdbacks planned that, again, we don't want to push it to the point that we have more animals than what we can really handle. And both of us work full time. So, but Sunset Monsoon would be so freaking cool. But yeah, so Sunset Campfire, Sunset Toffee, Sunset Clown, and then this year, or maybe not this year, when she's ready, because she's our visual female right now. She'll be the first visual female that we have that will be ready to go. We are hoping to produce either a Fire Calico Het Sunset male or a red striped yellow belly Het Sunset male, because those are different hets that we're working on this year. And then one of those males will be her first pair. Nobody's made a red striped sunset yet. And people have made sugar sunsets, but I haven't seen any calico, which I know it's the same thing, but looking to see what that looks like with leopard and sunset and all that stuff.
Right.
So,
I mean, right now it's the Wild West, so you're.
Oh, and we're doing a collab project with a couple other local breeders. One of them will be, I think, Sunset Pieds, and then another one. It's different. It's not sunset. It's like doing. It's different, but I think that's going to be super GHI something. I don't remember what their female is.
They're gonna pick a female to pair to our Sunset Boy, and we're gonna pick a female to pair to their Voodoo male.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Sunset Monsoon.
Yeah. So there's lots of cool stuff. Yeah. We have lots of cool plans with honestly a lot of our projects, but the Sunset's the one I'm most excited about.
Very nice. I want to tell y'all thank you so much. It's been awesome to meet and know you, and I want to continue that. And I'm just thrilled with how tonight has gone, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you carrying me when who knows what went out. Honestly, I should have just switched over to the webcam right then. And everybody that signed in and tuned in, I think at one point we were up to 15 or 16, and I see a lot of established shows that don't get that number on a regular basis. So I'm really, really grateful for that as well. Tell us where, we'll take another 5 minutes each and kind of wrap this up, but tell us where the future is. I know that you've got some exciting things going on in your professional life. If you feel like sharing, you're welcome to on that as well. But, specifically on the ball pythons, where does the scale go to? I mean, we talked about having 35 breeding stock. Where does that become too much? What space do you leave for yourself for future holdbacks? What's your, how do you make sure you stay afloat and don't go bankrupt on caring for ball pythons?
Yeah, how do we do that?
So we are in the process right now of building like a little mini facility thing, because we have like an extra lot.
Facility.
I mean, it's
a shed.
It's gonna be pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like, we don't want it to be a shed that it looks like we put ball pythons in.
No.
I'm super excited by it. So,
But but I just feel like facility is a strong word.
I'm super excited by it. So we're super early in it. We just had concrete contractors pour the slab right now. So
very nice.
A very fancy slab.
Yes, we bought a big giant rock.
It's very flat.
So hopefully our thing, I would say, is we want to work or focus on the next like 3 years or so, getting everybody that we currently have up to size, breeding, producing, stuff like that. And then depending on income that's generated from it, you'd want to go full-time on it?
Eventually. At some point, it would be really nice if one of us had the option to do it full-time while the other kept their day job. And Steven loves his job.
Yeah, I also work from home, so it makes it really
Steven
easy.
works from home, so it's not like... So it makes more sense for you to keep your job. And we both put a lot into it with working full-time. So the idea of having the chance for one of us to be able to work from home and work on ball pythons specifically, on reptiles specifically, would be pretty dope.
What about you, Adam?
What's that?
What about you?
Well, I'm so my breeding stock is 18, and actually I was just thinking about it today. And in our sorry, the light is a little weird. I have weird shadows. I had all the shadows sorted out on my other camera. The economics of it are interesting because you and I have taken you all and I have taken slightly different paths, but neither of us are in it for just chump change. We've both jumped in it and have that to answer to in a good way, I hope, in an investment way that we're excited about. So, and Courtney, I got to laugh for a minute because what you can't see is that I'm staring at my facility. So we moved to this house, and it's much. Hey, Casey at KNC, how you doing, man? We are wrapping up, so you got just a little while to hang out. Stick with us another 5-10 minutes, man. I appreciate you being here. KNC has been great to me for a long time. So we downsized our house to cash in on the other house and blah, blah, blah. This is about ball pythons, not Adam's living areas. But the garage, I converted and put in an AC. So the complete garage is temperature controlled.
Mm-hmm.
And within the garage, there's a 12x9 room that I built that is like micromanaged, temperature controlled. And that is my snake facility.
Oh, that's super cool. That's awesome.
So I've got that, and one of these nights when I figure out how to get a little bit more mobile, I'll have to show it because I like the setup, and I'm just about where I want to be, and just over here to my right as well as my music studio. So I resigned from my job, and they wanted to keep me. I've been 25 years running restaurants, and it was time for a geographic change, and I didn't know if I was going to stay in restaurants or not. Well, they asked me to stay on. And this is a resort in North Carolina that I work at in a different capacity. And so now I work from home, I play music, and I breed ball pythons. I work less, but I do a hell of a lot more with music and ball pythons. So here it is Sunday night at 10:30, and I consider this work. It drove me nuts when that camera crapped out because I want this stuff to work, and I want this to be that replacement. And fortunately, I'm not a starving musician. I'm not unemployed. Like, this all works together, and it's a good thing. So anyhow, to get all the way back to my initial question of how many, I'm probably in the 30 breeding collection range. If I could have 22 females and 18 of them go on a regular basis, that would, and the caliber snakes that I'm looking at producing, that would, if I could be doing that, ball pythons and music would take care of it. I wouldn't have to worry about the other job. And again, this is a whole show topic in and of itself, but every season you're leveling up and you're cycling through, inherently, ideally you're holding back the very best that you have, staying afloat with the others and improving everything every year. So, 3, 4, 5 years, I don't think 30 very high quality snakes is out of my realm whatsoever. And quite frankly, if snakes go anything like my guitar habit does, this whole garage is going to be full of snakes, not just the facility in the garage, so that's kind of me. Hey, for everybody still on, there's 14 of you. Tonight is the kickoff of what will be a regular show on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. right here on the Proper Royals channel. Hopefully you'll see a whole lot of people like Stephen and Courtney, and hopefully you see Stephen and Courtney a lot as well. I can't always promise guests, but what I want to do is have a pretty concise I'll tell you, my real inspiration is that show on ESPN, Pardon the Interruption, where they have the itinerary on the side of the screen, and there's a buzzer and a timer that goes off, and you just click through. And we'll keep it focused on ball pythons in the community and have some guests. And that'll be pretty much the show. And every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. And sometime when I take vacations or need a breather, maybe we'll get some folks like Stephen and Courtney back. You all could take over the show one night.
No, it sounds awesome. We really appreciate you inviting us to come on and do this and everything. It's super fun. Like,
I like to show off my snakes.
Yeah, well, that's what we're all kind of geeks about, and it's a safe place to be geeks about snakes here. And truly, you all have been fantastic to me, welcoming from day one, professional, cool, but also able to have a good time. I wish I could have stayed for a longer stint there in Daytona and really hung out with y'all, but traveling with a 9-year-old's a little different.
we were exhausted.
And your little guy is awesome. He was real fun to talk to. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. But at that point I kept going up to Stephen being like, hey, you still looking at snakes, or can we sit down?
Yeah. I think that's how Charlie, how my son was with me. He's like, so when do I got a tablet in the car. I could play some Minecraft right about now, So, all right, guys, let's wrap this up. For those of y'all that didn't see it at the beginning, I'm kind of a geek about this intro. So we'll make the intro, the outro. I'll say thank you to everybody. If you missed part of the show, it's going to be posted on my channel like right now. So you can catch up any part that you want. And make sure, please, on all the socials, go check out, I'm typing it in here, Leviathan Snakes. Make sure you put snakes, not reptiles, not pythons, not anything else. Leviathan Snakes is how you will get Stephen and Courtney. And Proper Royals is where you'll find me anywhere you want to go. And as Jordan pointed out, the old dude is finally on Instagram. Here we go. All right, guys. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to hit this outro, and we are out. Stephen and Courtney, feel free to hang out afterwards for just a second. I'll say thanks again just a second here. Let me see this. Hit this. I thought the video would stay cute. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Good night.